Arjuna asked, no, give me entire detail without leaving anything because I want to know everything about you. Krishna says, I would love to tell you, but Arjuna has forgotten he has come for battle, sitting and asking for. Many children are very chalu. Many times in the class, they don't want to study. What they do, they catch hold of the poor devoted teacher. Sir, today tell us about Swami, sir. That's it. The teacher starts, poor fellow loses himself. And these children are having happy time, bunk the whole class, never studied anything. But that is insincere way of learning. This is Arjuna sincere. He has a battle to fight. There are people waiting on either sides. He is in the midst of the battlefield. Yet he is so overwhelmed by Arjuna. Arjuna is overwhelmed by Krishna. He says, tell me everything in detail. I want to listen to it. And Krishna says, I'm sorry, I can't. Because it is so big, my glory is so big, I can't explain. But I'll give you some highlights, simple things I can tell you. And he says, Ahamatma Gudakesha, this is the most important shloka. Ahamatma Gudakesha Sarvabhuta Yasha Bhuta Shayasthitaha Ahamadishcha Madhyamcha Bhutanam Anta Evacha. Adi Shankara was asked, tell me one shloka which is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. This is the shloka he pointed. Ahamatma Gudakesha, who am I? I am the Atman. I am the Atman Arjuna. Sarvabhuta Ashayasthitaha, residing in the heart of all. Narayana Suktam, Narayana tells, he resides in the heart like a spark, a golden spark. That is where I reside. In everybody's heart I reside as Atman. I am not the Krishna standing in front of you. I am the Atman in everyone. Aham Adishcha Madhyamcha. I am the beginning, I am the middle, and Bhutanam Antamivacha. I am the end of everything, of all beings. Everything comes out of me, resides in me, and finally dissolves in me. I am that. Know this. This is my highest glory. If in one shloka I have to tell you my glory, this is my glory. I present myself as Atman in all, though I am the beginning, middle, and end of everything. This is the long and short of my glory. That is in one shloka he says. And this is where the concept of Atman he has again reintroduced. And the Atma is in you. Where is God residing in us? Is he in the toe? Is he in the knee? Is he in the stomach, kidney, everywhere? Yes, everything is made of God only. But his Mula Sthana is in our heart. Heart means not physical heart. It is the central area of our existence. When we say, where are you? I am here, we'll say. Automatically hand goes here. We never say, I am here like that. Automatically hand goes, because this is something that we relate to as our true existence. So that is the idea. I reside in that central core of your place. Like the government is everywhere, but sits in Delhi, central government. Like that, God is everywhere, but he sits in the heart. So that is the idea. I live in the heart of all. I am the Atman. I am the beginning, middle, end of everything. That is the idea of our Ramana Maharshi telling, inquire, who are you? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are the Atman. He has a beautiful who am I concept. He says, from idam vritti, when you are overwhelmed by emotions and attachment, ask, to whom does it all belong? It belongs to me, you will say. Then who is this me? Like that you inquire one by one. This kerchief is mine. So kerchief is different from me. That is the concept. I am not the kerchief. Car is mine. I am not the car. Body is mine. I am not the body. Thoughts are mine. I am not the thoughts. Emotions are mine. I am not the emotions. That's how you go on, from idam vritti to aham vritti to aham. That is what in Upadesha Sara, our Ramana Maharshi explains. This is how you do the inquiry of I. So who am I, who am I, who am I? That is the whole concept. And this also is there in many other scriptures, but I am trying to draw your attention. When you get overwhelmed by emotions and attachments, ask this question, who am I? It seems somebody went to Ramana Maharshi, he was a Narayana Bhakta. He said, no, Swamiji, tell me whether I will reach Vaikuntha, Paramadhamam at the end of all the life service to God. He said, yes, you will. Will I meet Mahavishnu there? He said, yes, you will meet. Will Mahavishnu talk to me? Ramana Maharshi says, yes, he will talk to you. What will he talk to me? He will tell you, find out who you are. This is what he will talk to you. So God is as the Atman, the indestructible, and try to learn that. Then he goes on describing, I'm not going to take all the shlokas, you can read it for yourself. If I'll give you an exercise actually. Almost 60 to 70 attributes Krishna talks about himself. I am so and so among so and so. Like for example, Adityanam aham Vishnuhu, Jyotisham Ravi Amshuman, Marichi Marutam Asmi, Nakshatranam aham Shashi. Of all the Adityas, 12 Adityas, I am Vishnu. Vishnu is Vamana. I am the Vamana, son of Aditi. Why is Vamana? Because he is one of the very glorious avatars of Vishnu, who could cover the whole earth, the whole sky and all that stuff. So amongst all the Adityas, I am the best of them, which is Vamana. Then amongst all the Jyotisham, means all the luminous objects in the sky, I am the sun. not anything less than that. Marichi, I am the cool breeze of amongst all types of winds, Marutasmi. And Nakshatranam Aham Shashi, in the night sky, all that stars that shine, I am the moon amongst them. Basically, next set of shlokas will go on glorifying Krishna as the best among that particular category of things or people. Amongst Aditya, he is the Vamana, the best Aditya. Like that, Vedanam Samavedosmi. Of all the Vedas, I am Samaveda. All Vedas are great, but Samaveda has music to it. It is more glorious. So Samaveda. Devanam Asmi Vasavaha. I am the Vasa Indra amongst the Devas, the king of Devas. Indriyanam Manaschasmi. Amongst all the faculties, I am the mind, which is the most powerful. Because when one faculty or eyes, ears are shut, mind is still alive and working. So I am the powerful mind. Bhutanam asmi chetana. I am the life force in all the living beings. See, it's so important. We kill animals and eat them up. Is it fair? Because God only is that life force which is keeping that animal alive. Then many people say, then God is also in the plants. All the time you keep out vegetarianism, but plants also have God. Are plants not suffering? I said, yes, they are also suffering when you cut them or treat them badly. But their suffering, the life force expresses itself much lesser in plants than animals because they don't have a fully developed cranial or nervous system, or they're not sentient as animals. So this is less damage. Live in this world, but don't cause too much damage. So somebody asked, what should we eat if we don't want to hurt anybody, harm anybody? I tell you, eat like sages eat the fruit that falls from the tree after the insects have eaten. That is the food that you must eat. The water that flows in the river without stagnation, that is the water you must drink. If you really want to live a pure life, that is the way. So I always tell, whatever grows out of the earth, that is, grows under the earth is tamasic, should not eat, like tubers and all. What grows out of the earth is okay, rajasic, rice, grains, all this thing. Whatever falls from the sky is sattvic, like the fruits. Falls, not plugged, falls from the sky on its own. And whatever moves, you should never eat, I say. The best food is what falls from the sky on its own. After the birds have eaten, after the insects have eaten, whatever is left, you eat. This is the purest way of living, but that is too far-fetched for this modern time. So at least try to cause less damage because Bhutanam Asmi Chetana. I am the life force in all beings. If you take away the life force, you are hurting God. For your sake, you should not hurt anybody. That is the idea. He says, Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi. Of all the yajnas, I am the Japa Yajna. You will say, what is this new yajna? Navaratri is coming, we are going to have too many types of yajnas, Devi yajna and the most famous Lakshmi Kubera Homa and all that. But he says, amongst all the yajnas, I am Japa Yajna. See, Japa is such a simple yajna, no need of any expenses. No need of ghee, no need of altar, no need of these priests, no need of mantras. Just remember the name of God. That itself is Japa. You can do it anytime. No time is required, no muhurtam is required, no festival is required, no special preparation is required. So amongst all the yajna, I am the Japa Yajna, the continuous remembrance of God's name. Like this, so many Vibhutis talks about. He says, Naranam cha naradipam. Amongst all the human beings, I am the king. Idea is that I am the best amongst the best. That is my fullest expression of my divine glory. I am all beings, but amongst them I am the king, he says. Because that is the most glorious existence of mine. He goes on to say like this, Prahaladaschasmi Daityanam. Even in demons, I am Prahalada. Now you know why he says among demons I am Prahalada. Because he is the one demon who was always devoted to God. He was not at all like a demon. So he says, amongst them I am Prahalada. Mriganam cha Mrigendroham. I am the lion amongst all the animals, the best, not less than that. Vainateyascha Pakshinam. I am the Vainateya, Garuda amongst all the Pakshis. Kala Kalayatamaham. Of all that which keeps account and account of everything, I am the Kala. I am the time which keeps account of everything and never gets, it was, is and will be. So of all the things that come and pass, I am time which never passes. It's always eternal. Like this he says, Pavanaha Pavatasmi, Rama Shastra Bhritamaham. He says, I am Rama amongst all those who wield weapons. Why? Because Rama's Ekabanam. He will never use the second arrow to kill the same person. One arrow is enough, it goes straight. So focused and so skilled Rama was. So amongst all the Kshatriyas who wield weapons, I am Rama, he says. Krishna, he started talking about himself. And he says, Sarganam adirantascha madhyam chaiva marjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam vada pravadatamaham. I am the beginning, middle and end of all creation, Arjuna. And amongst all the type of education, Vidyas, I am Atma Vidya, Adhyatma Vidya. Adi Atma, that which pertains to the Atman, that is the knowledge that I am. Dve Vidya Veditavi, you all know about that now. The higher and the lower knowledge. I am the higher knowledge of the Atman. Oh, so you are not science, you are not maths, you are not humanities, you are not music. We don't have to study all that. No, you have to study all that. That is also divinity, but the best expression of divine knowledge is Adhyatma Vidya. All Vidya is divinity only. But the best expression is Adhyatma Vidya. That is the idea. And Vada Pravadatamaham. Of all the types of debates, discussions and all, I am the one which uses logic. Many people argue without any logic, simply talk. Vitandavada we call it. Stupid arguments and debates. No logic, no sense, only ego. But I am Vada Pravadatamaham. That which is logic-based, fact-based discussion, I am that discussion. So beautifully, he's trying to tell in everything, see me. When two people are arguing, and out of ego, you know that there is no divinity here. But somebody is giving logic and correct things, then you know that this is Krishna speaking through them. This is divinity speaking through them. Aksharanam akarosmi. Of all the letters, alphabets, I am A. Because with A, everything begins. You open your mouth, air goes out, sound comes. And after the same principle is applied in different ways for different alphabets, aksharas. So on that, I am A. Dvandva samasikasya cha. Samasa is a grammatical rule. Dvandva samasa, the pair of words that come together. I am that samasa in grammar. See how you can see Krishna in everything. Keshu, Keshu, he says, in which all ways can I see your glory. In samasa, when you study your grammar class, please think of Krishna when you read about Dvandva samasas. Ahameva akshaya kalo. Of all the things which never get destroyed, I am kala. I am the time. Then dhataham vishvatomukha. Of all the creators, I am Brahma. Mrityuha sarvaharashchaham. Of all the beings that can take away everything from you, I am Mrityu, who takes away literally everything. I am the Mrityu amongst all things that are taken away from you by somebody. Amongst those, I am the Mrityu, the death. So death is also God. You should not run away from death. At the same time, you should not run towards death also foolishly. Run away means you don't fear death anymore. Death is a passage in life, it's a passage to the next life. That we know, vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya and all that. So death also is me only, because unless destruction happens, creation cannot happen. So every day our cells are getting destroyed, new cells are being generated. That is death and creation happening all the time within us, because of which we are sustained. One beautiful line comes here. It says, Kirti Shri Vakcha Nari Nam Smritir Medha Dhriti Kshama. These 7 feminine qualities also I only am. What are the 7 feminine qualities? Kirti, fame, good name. Shri, prosperity. Vak, ability to speak. Smriti, memory. Medha, intelligence. Dhruti, forbearance or resoluteness. Kshama, forgiveness or forbearance. So all these I only am, these 7 good qualities. Now you may say, oh, so these qualities are feminine qualities, so male are not going to have this good name, prosperity. Anyway, Buddhi is not there, that women have all. They're quite convinced about that men don't have brains. But Krishna says, all these I am only all these. How? What does he mean by these feminine qualities? See, we are going to have Navratri homas. We are going to worship Ichcha Shakti, Medha Shakti, Kriya Shakti in the form of feminine deities. Ichcha Shakti, Lakshmi, Kriya Shakti, Durga, Jnana Shakti, Saraswati. So it doesn't mean that only women will get all this because they are worshipping women goddesses. No, you worship the women goddesses, you will get the same quality. He says these 7 qualities, like simply Shri is Lakshmi, Vak is Saraswati, Smriti or Medha is again Saraswati, Dhruti is Durga, Kshama is Durga, and Kirti you can think of Lakshmi. So all these are feminine devis are in charge of these good qualities. So don't think because I am Krishna, a male god, I am not in charge of these female goddesses who are deities of these qualities. So he is trying to say I am only everything. All these 7 qualities are needed for everyone. They are given by certain goddesses. These are deities. That's why when Navaratri is coming, worship properly, you will get these 7 qualities. This 3 devis will give you. That's what Krishna is telling. See me in that too. Bruhat Sam Tatha Sana. Among Samaveda, I am Bruhat Sam mantras. Gayatri Chandasam. Of all the chandas, we have Anushtup Chanda. In this we have Anushtup. Trishtup Chandas are there in Bhagavad Gita. But I am Gayatri Chanda. There is another type of Chanda, meter, in which the shlokas have been written. So amongst them all Gayatri Chanda is what I am. Actually Gayatri mantra is called Chandasam Mata. The best of the mantras is Gayatri mantra because it is in Gayatri meter. That's why it's called Gayatri. Masanam Margashirsha. Amongst all the months, I am the Margashirsha month. Why? Because that is very pleasant month. All the harvest is over, people are prosperous, temperature is good, no rain, no sun, it's a mild temperature. So of all the months of Margashirsha, between December and January, that is the month I am Rutunam Kusumakaraha. Of all the seasons that we have, I am the spring season because it's the most beautiful season on earth. But next sloka is quite confusing, but that's again the glory of God. Dyutam chalayatamasmi. In the game of gambling, I am the one who is that cunning gambler. The ability to gamble is me, he says. Why does he say like this? All gamblers will feel extremely happy. Today gambling is happening everywhere. This online gambling, have you seen? These kids, these youngsters are getting stuck with these online. So how much money they are losing? Gaming and gambling apps. And big celebrities are endorsing it so foolishly. How horrible that is. Earlier, anybody went to a gambler's place and it was a taboo, it was a stigma. People were scared to go. They'll go in the night, in the dark. Now, Kuleam, daytime, everybody's playing gambling games on their mobile phones. Where the society has come down. But now those people have a reason to say, no, we are all the divinity manifested as gambling. What Krishna is trying to say that anything that is done perfectly, it is because of my ability only. If a thief steals very perfectly, never gets caught by the police. Hacker hacks a whole internet system, never gets caught by the cyber police. He is very intelligent. That intelligence, buddhi, medha, all that is me only. But wrongly used, that's the only problem. The rightly used could have been better. And similarly, Rudram you chant, it comes, Taskaranam Pataye Namaha, some stena, of all the people, I am thief, I am the robber, and Stayunam or something, even Vanchate Parivanchate, I am the one who cheats people. That's also Shiva only, Rudran Namakam says. Idea is that suppose somebody cheats you, this is how you can console yourself. Okay, it happened to be what to do, divine will, let me accept and move on. But idea is that anything that anybody is good at, it's because of me only, he says. So even a thief cannot take the credit that I am a very smart thief. No. Krishna, the divine, has allowed me to steal so well that nobody could catch me. Tejas Tejasvinamham. I am the Teja in the Tejasvis. Teja means that spiritual splendor. Teja can be of many types. When you are happy, generally your face is glowing. You have eaten good food, rested well, face is glowing. You are healthy, face is glowing. But he says, I am that spiritual glow in people. When people think of me, our faces, many devotees who come, they say, your students' faces are shining. What powder are they using? I said, there is no powder, there is no cream here. It is just Adhyatma Tejas. They are always thinking of divinity, God. That's why they are so bright. That is the reason. Otherwise, there is no makeup required because they are bright by your spiritual virtues. So, that Tej I am among the Tejas. Jayosmi Vyavasayoha. All the people who do businesses, I am the victory or I am the success in their businesses. So what about the failure? Am I the failure too? Yes, I am the failure too if they do it wrongly. Then that also they have to accept. Sattvatamaham. All the sattvic people, the quality of being sattvic is also because of me. The pure sattva, rajas, tamas, these are three gunas. Among the three gunas, I am the best guna, which is sattva. Vrishninam Vasudevosmi. Amongst the Vrishni clan, Yadava clan, I am the Krishna Vasudeva. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. See, very beautifully. He says, if everybody is Pandava, I am Dhananjaya. I am the Arjuna amongst the Pandava. Because you are the best of the Pandavas. Very good man Arjuna was. He had a Purva Tapa. He didn't want to fight the war because he felt why should he kill his people. He was ready to forego the war also. He was somebody who was very obedient. When he won Draupadi's hand in marriage, mother said everybody should share. She said okay. Anything and everything he followed Yudhishthira's commands. So he was a good man. So amongst all the Pandavas, I am Arjuna, he says. How beautiful. Muninam api aham Vyasaha. Here our Vyasa also has added himself, who has written this. That amongst all the Munis, I am the Vyasa. And Kavinam Ushana Kavihi. Ushana is Shukracharya. He is one of the very smart. Kavi means not poet. Kavi means an intelligent person. Shukracharya, who was the guru for the demons. He was super smart. That's why Devatas were always losing the battle. Because he used to strategize their battle and victory. So amongst all the strategists, I am Shukracharya, he is saying. Dando Damayatamasmi. The children should pay attention. Of all the ways of disciplining people, I am punishment. Through punishment, when people are disciplined, that punishment is me. Because there are 4 ways of disciplining people. Sama, Dama, Bheda and Danda. Sama means tell nicely, fellow, behave yourself. That fellow doesn't listen. Dama, if you behave well, you will get this extra marks or extra prize or extra praise. Doesn't listen. Then Bheda, you have to tell, if you do this, I will tell your parents about what you did in the hostel. At least behave now. Even then listen, then Danda. Danda means one Danda. But I am very against it though. Danda is the last resort. If you do this Danda business here, saying Krishna is Danda amongst all Dhamma, but unfortunately that is going too far. Spare the rod and spoil the child, they say, the old method. But as I said, try Sama, Dama, Bheda. Danda is the last option, and don't use physical Danda. You can take some other disciplinary measures. That's why I told our high school people, they were yelling in the Premamritam once. I got so upset I didn't allow them for many days. For me, that is the method of Danda. I don't have to go and beat them up and shout at them. I just deny them something which will make them feel bad. And so they should ruminate and come back. Now in high school, they have a menu for what mistake, what Danda is there. Come late to the class, this is your punishment. Come late to food, this is the punishment. Sleep during prayers, this is the punishment. So everybody has to just go look at the menu and choose for themselves. Today I came late to the class, I have to stand for 10 minutes. Nobody tells them, it's a ready-made menu, they have put it up. With children, with consultation with the children, that you have to accept this self-punishment if you do mistakes. So very good Danda, Damayatasmasmi, I am the Danda amongst all. Niti Rasmi Jigishtam, those who are desirous of success, I am Niti, the right thinking, right policies, right strategies. This is what I am. Wrong strategy, wrong policies won't help you win. So that thinking, correct thinking, Niti, moral rectitude is me. Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam, those who are very secretive people, I am the ability to keep secrets. This doesn't exist on this side of the hall. Only this side it exists. Idea is that to be able to keep secret is a big thing. Imagine my plight. I know about so many devotees, so many good, bad, and ugly things. I have to keep it all within my heart. I can't speak about it. Lawyers, doctors, and spiritual leaders, they can't speak about it. They know everything, but they have to keep quiet. So ability to keep that secret is also me. Imagine an army person leaks out all of India's secret to a neighboring enemy. What will happen to the country? The ability to keep secrets is a big ability. Maunam, that ability to keep quiet, especially high school children. The ability to keep quiet and not make noise is that ability of Krishna only. Then Jnanam Jnanavatamaham, the wisdom in all the wise people is me. Towards the concluding shlokas, he says, Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam tad aham arjunam na tadasti vina yastu yan maya bhutam characharam. He says, I am the cause of everything. You are here because of me, not because of you. You are doing what you're doing because of my power, not because of your intelligence and talents. Anything that you are able to experience is because of me. I'm the bijam, I'm the cause, I'm the root of everything. Because of me only everything exists. This is what Krishna says. And what else he says? Sarva bhutanam. It's not that only for good people and not for the bad people and sinner, and said for everyone I am the reason. Then na tadasti vina, without which nothing can exist. That force, that ability, that substratum, that fundamental basis is me. He's saying without me nothing exists. If I am not there, nothing exists. For what? Bhutam chara acharam. For all that exists, chara, moving, and for that which is not moving, the sthanum. For both, I am the reason, I am the cause. You may say in stone how Krishna is there. In that ability of, I said no, unified field theory, atoms stay in their place, molecules stay in their place, the force field keeps everything in shape. That force is Krishna, that force is consciousness, that force is Brahman, divinity. That is how he exists in everything, without which this world will collapse into a, they say if you squeeze the whole universe, it can fit into a cube. That much space exists in the universe, but still we are so wide and exist in different shapes because of the force that keeps us together like this. That force is divinity, that divine intelligence is divinity. And he says, Na antosti mama divyanam vibhuti nam parantapa esha tu uddeshatah prokto vibhuter vistaro mayaha. He says, there is no end to my glory, O Arjuna. This is just a sample I have given you. There is no end to my glory. Therefore, I could not tell you in all details. I have told you uddeshataha, just a sample, just a glimpse of my glory I have given you. From this you should be able to understand. You want to taste the sea water, you don't have to drink the whole sea. Just one spoon of water in your mouth, you know it is salty. So the whole sea is salty. If you want to taste sugar, you don't have to eat the entire jar. One crystal tells you it is sweet. Likewise, this much glory, if you contemplate on, you will know that it is divinity and divinity alone and nothing else. So try to meditate on these glories of Krishna or God in every little thing in your life. And finally he says, Yat vibhuti mat sattvam Srimat urjitameva va tatta deva va avagacha tvam mam tejo amsha sambhavam. He says, all that you see here doesn't even need all of my power. With my amsha, just a fraction of my power, I am holding all this together. I don't even use all my power. Just a fraction of my divine glory is sufficient for everything. So everything that is sattva, good, Shri, prosperous, urjitam, glorious, all that is because of me. Avagacha, come to know of it, Arjuna, that all this is with fraction of my glory, amsha. I am able to do all these things. If I use all my power, you can imagine what will happen. With my partial power, I am able to do all this. This is the power of my glory. Athava bahunetena kim gyatena tavarjuna vishtabhyam vyaham idam kritsnam ekam shena stito jagat. Final concluding shloka is that what is the use of knowing everything about me? Just know this much, that I permeate everything with a fraction of my existence. If I exist in my entire glory, something else will happen. With just a fraction of my power, I maintain the whole universe. Others, my powers are infinite, my glory is infinite. Such a beautiful way of Krishna telling about himself, that he supports the entire universe with just a fraction of his power and glory. A beautiful shloka comes in Shivastuti, Asita Gira, similar to the Kabir Das, but I thought I'll share with you. Asita Giri samam tajjalam sindhu patre sura taruvar shakha lekhani patra murvi likhati yadi grahitva sharada sarvakalam tadapi tava gunanam isha param nayati. If a mountain of lamp soot, the black, is created, and all that is mixed in the ocean and made an ink out of it, and that Surataruvar, the great tree, the one which fulfills all the desire, Kalpavriksha, is made into a pen. And if Sharada, and earth is made into paper, and Sharada herself writes the glory for all the time, without taking a break, all her lifetime, Tadapi tava gunanam isha param nayati. Still we will not be able to ever transcend or write your complete glory or Lord. That is the idea of Vibhuti Yoga. But the simplest way of looking at it is, the perfection in everything is because of divinity. See that perfect hand of God in everything. In good, bad, ugly experiences of life, try to see hand of God. That is why if I have to tell who am I will tell, of all the teachers in high school, I am that teacher who teaches the best. Of all the students in our college, I am that student who follows all the disciplines the best. Of all the singers in the bhajan hall, I am the one who sings with complete surrender. Of all the ladies sitting here, I am the one who talks the least. Of all the doctors who serve in the hospital, I am the one who serves with pure love to the patients. Of all the administrators and management of this institution, I am the one who administers with impartiality. Of all the donors who fund and who support these programs and institutions, I am the one who gives it with the idea that he is not the giver. Of all the people who exist over here, I am the one who exists as the purest amongst them. That is the divine glory. That is how you can think. So children can think that I can also feel that divinity when I do my best. I do it to the best of my abilities in the perfect way, without any ego, without any desires, without attachments, without doership and enjoyership. At that moment, I am being Krishna. At that moment, I am being divine. That perfection is what I expect. That's what I gave the speech during Independence Day, that India is suffering from mediocrity right now. India is suffering from democracy, no doubt about it. But more it's suffering because of mediocrity. People don't aim for perfection. They don't give their best. They don't give their 100%. Chalta hai, kaam chalo, something they do in the office as a namesake, do some work and come back. That is why we are where we are. I have been to other countries. I have been to Japan, Singapore. They don't believe in so much of spirituality like us. But they do whatever they do to perfection. In that perfection, I see God. Other day I was telling, when these carpets were being put, always the carpet was not in the center. One carpet was always off center. So last time I told, amongst all the people who place the carpet, those who place the carpet in the center, I am them. See, carpet is in the center right now. I watched this. Amongst all the hostel rooms, the room without cobwebs and lizards, I am that room. This is how you should glorify God. In everything you do the best, you have glorified God, you have experienced the glory of God. So this is Vibhuti Yoga. See it in everything and everywhere. Try to experience that by doing your very best in whatever you do. Put the best foot forward, as they say. So what if nobody is watching? Michelangelo was painting the ceiling of Sistine Chapel. Somebody came and said, who is going to see your painting in that corner on top of the roof? He said, God is seeing. I am painting for God, not for the whoever is the Pope. I am painting for God, therefore I will do it to the best. So please, from Vibhuti Yoga, one lesson that you can take back with you, practical lesson, is do everything to the best of your ability. And everybody's best is not the same, but your best should be your best. If you have done this much before, you should do little better than that. In that betterment, you have glorified God. The one who got 60 marks struggled to get 80 now. In the 20 marks transition, you have achieved Godhood. Divinity has expressed itself. Push yourself to that perfection. Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam, that is the motto of our university. That Kaushala, that perfection is divinity, and that perfection should be our aim in life. This is the essence of Vibhuti Yoga according to me. Others will only tell glorifying Krishna. Dvaita people will say Krishna is the supreme most Lord, not Rama, not Shiva, not Vishnu, not this, not that. That is not the essence of Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti Yoga is not even the essence that what he has created is perfect and therefore just try to enjoy that. No. Idea is that you are that divinity and whatever you do should also reflect that divine perfection. That is Vibhuti Yoga. Then God is glorified in you. Try to glorify that divinity which is within you, without you, by doing everything to the very best. So that Krishna can say, amongst all the institutions, I am the Satya Sai institutions. Because they run the best, they are the best people, most dedicated, committed, perfectionist, selfless, loving. That is how God should associate himself with us. This is what we can do to glorify our Guru, our God, and that above all the Nirakara, Nirguna Brahman who exists and all. You understand this? So you do an exercise. There are so many examples Krishna has given. For the children, note down those exercise, the details. Like amongst Vedas, I am Sama. Amongst rivers, I am Ganges. Amongst mountains, I am Himalayas. And try to find out what is the virtue Krishna is talking about. Amongst all the animals, I am lion. So I am fearless. Amongst all the mountains, I am Himalayas, steady, protects the country. Amongst all the rivers, I am Ganges, the purest. So what is the quality Krishna is talking in each of these attributes? That is your assignment for the day. It can be for devotees, it can be for students, teachers, everybody can do. For what sake? For your own benefit, not to glorify me, not to glorify Bhagavad Gita, not to glorify Krishna. For your own betterment. Please do some exercise and see how you can manifest those qualities within you and how through that quality you will glorify the divinity that exists within you. Then you have studied this Vibhuti Yoga chapter well, and through this yoga you will be able to attain that divine perfection within.